that social media might be so harmful for children that perhaps they should not be allowed on it, there was a lot of laughter and scoffing and people saying you can't be serious. And yet now it would seem at least the majority of parliamentarians are in favour of restricting children's access. How do you think this has been turned around?
Well, I'd like to say it's because of the huge movement of parents all across the country who've been raising their voices and saying enough monetizing our children's attention and mental health. We think there is a role for the state in terms of bringing in restrictions, putting the onus back on social media platforms rather than buying the line of the tech industry, which is use parental controls. Isn't it wonderful? You have so much choice and that you and your child can decide what they want to consume when it's really not a fair fight between these tech platforms and addictive by design content and our children.
Do you worry, Jennifer, about how it will be if this goes ahead, and I suspect it is going to happen, how it will be enforced both by the schools and by parents?
Well, you're right. I mean, there's quite a lot of moving parts here. The government has said they will consult on mandatory restrictions of smartphones in schools. Parents really calling out for on-site restrictions because that keeps their child safe, not just bell to bell, but it really changes the culture around when children are given smartphones. But the detail on that remains to be seen. With regard to the restrictions on social media, I think it's really interesting how, as you mentioned, the Prime Minister has really done a U-turn on that. And I think that's down to the strength of feeling, not just across the House, but in his own party. And we see, dozens and dozens of backbenchers and even ministers and cabinet ministers saying to him behind the scenes and telling the whips, like, we are not happy. Now, some of them may have been bought off with this consultation that was launched, but, parents are absolutely calling out for action and they don't want to wait another 6 months. They don't want this kicked down the road. We know what needs doing. We have a bill going through Parliament now that can really take a massive step forward. And so, what parents want to see is they want to see either the Nash Amendment approved in the Commons or they want to see a government amendment that is just as robust.